For our very first hike in South Carolina, we traveled to the great city Greenville to hike the most difficult trek of Paris Mountain State Park, Sulphur Springs. This trail got its name by the now concrete-plugged Sulphur Springs that used to flow here. While the back half was a peaceful and easy walk, the front half of this 4-mile trail was rated a 9 out of 10 for difficulty, but it also provided unique and very surprising landmarks along the way. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
What is the point of this little bridge?
I know, what is the point of this bridge?
It goes from here to here.
But it's cute.
And now maybe our first landmark. Let's take a look. Whoa. So that little path will take you to the Nook on the Creek. It's just off the beaten path, but far enough to where not too many people are gonna come down here. You see that?
Oh, wow!
So popped out of nowhere, our second landmark, the dam at Sulphur Springs.
It came out of nowhere. Oh, look at this. Of course. Where else would the water be coming from? Especially if you don't really know the area, the lake and the dam kind of come out of nowhere. This lake is much more serene compared to many lakes, but it was much more serene when the sun was out, but now the sun just went away, so it's not as serene anymore. So far, this trail is a little tricky. There's so many offshoot trails, but there's always signs that kind of point you in the right direction. That way.
Based on the string of trails that are at Paris Mountain State Park, Sulphur Springs is rated a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10 for difficulty, and I can see that. Whoa! The path between here and our next landmark was a little long, but a very enjoyable trek.
Look at that.
Mini Falls at Paris Mountain. Mini Falls at Paris Mountain is a nice but distant waterfall from the path.
It is extremely slippery everywhere you go. So as you go further, you'll run into the springs at Paris Mountain. The springs run all the way up there, all the way down. So what do you think of it so far?
The trail is awesome. This trail is very scenic so far. It kind of reminds me of the Cumberland Trail in Tennessee, but it's not nearly as long. It's a loop of only 4 miles.
So there's a steep incline coming all the way down there, all the way to where we're at now. So I can see why it would be considered 9 out of 10 in terms of intensity.
Ooh, it's windy. Oh, man. Did you hear that? It sounded like a tree was cracking. Honestly, dude, that's probably the tree we heard.
So we entered in on the hiking trail only. You can't take bikes, horses, motorized vehicles. You can only hike on that area of the trail. So after the springs, you're going to walk along the ridge at Paris Mountain. Yeah, this part's really easy. It's just flat. You have this beautiful ridge you can look at. Alien gang signs.
Yeah.
So on this portion of the trail is pretty obvious, but if you ever are worried or not sure where you're going, just follow the white markers.
I guess when you get to the Paris Mountain Ridge part, it's very nice, but you're not going to encounter as many landmarks as we did in the earlier part of the trail. Not only were there less landmarks along the way, but we actually didn't encounter any other landmarks for the remainder of the hike. Once you reach the ridge, the trail becomes a very different experience till the end. While not as adventurous, it's a very peaceful and easy walk. We also noticed the plethora of broken trees along the ridge.
Like a steep drop off along this part of the trail, just because you're on this side of this ridge and you have these deep ravines.
Roughly after the ridge area, you're gonna run into this parking lot. From this parking lot, you might be a little confused, but it's not the parking lot that we parked at, or maybe the one that you parked at. But you're gonna see the road, then you're gonna see the continuation of Sulphur Springs Trail.
All the trails kind of cross and intertwine with one another. It can be confusing, so if you just kind of follow the directions and look at the maps that are placed conveniently throughout the park, you'll be just fine.
The remainder of the trail was slightly harder than the ridge, but still simple. It kind of reminded me of Sawney Mountain being very good for runners. And another thing about this half of the trail past the parking, rather than being in a ridge next to a stream, this is more of a forest. But overall, we highly recommend this vivid hike, as it has the best of both worlds, a tough beginning and a pleasant ending. So if you enjoyed this episode, subscribe to our channel and share our video. Thank you for watching.